Hi everyone, welcome to our team call tonight. I'm Shannon Galladay and this is our Team Pure Results team call. Today is Tuesday, September 1st, and we are so excited. We have our leader of the week, Nicole Layton, who's going to be giving us some awesome training. So grab your pens and paper as we get ready for this call. It's going to be awesome. She is a new coach on our team. She's going to tell her story a little bit, but she's a newer coach on our team who's just been doing amazing things. She told me today she has 5 emeralds already on her team in just over 4 months. I mean, that's pretty amazing. So she's awesome. But first I wanted to give some announcements. So first of all, we started our Get Started Right training this week, yesterday. So if you have not joined a group, make sure to plug into one of those groups because we are going to be starting a new coach mentorship training on Monday, the 7th of September. And so it leads right into our new training that we're doing. So you want to be a part of it, even if you've already gone through it, to go through it again and to just have a refresh. So contact your coach or your diamond coach, either one, to see if you can join. There's lots of small groups going, so that's going to be awesome. Let's see. We also announced. Oh, if you want to mute your line for the recording, that'd be great. Thanks. Okay, so I wanted to announce, and I want to look at them so I make sure I got them. They just announced the Challenge Pack specials for September. So the challenge packs that are on sale in September are PiYo and Shakeology Challenge Pack for $140. It's normally $160. And the PiYo Kickstart and Shakeology, so that has the refresh and PiYo with it for $180, and it's normally $205. Also, if you guys didn't check out the team group, the Success Club prizes are huge in September. So you definitely want to, and it's only if you earn Success Club 5, which is pretty awesome. It's the P90X base kit, P90X2 base kit, and P90X Plus series. I'm not sure if you get to pick one of them or how it's going to work, but they just announced those. So anyway, that's pretty awesome to be able to get those programs. So those are the announcements. We are having a leadership meeting after this where we are going to be working on the details of the new training that's coming on Monday and just finalizing some of the things that are coming up. So we don't have too much to talk about right now as far as the calendar and things like that because we're going to be changing things, simplifying it, making it less overwhelming. So just stay tuned for that. We will be sending out emails, posting in the team groups, probably as early as tomorrow about some of the new things coming up. So stay tuned. Well, I'm excited to pass it over to Nicole. If you want to share a little bit about your story and then jump into the training. Thanks for coming tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Shannon. I am going to share a little bit of my story, but I want to keep it short because I have a lot I want to go over. And so I'm going to just tell you mostly about my coaching story. I was overweight. I've had 5 biological kids, but I currently have 7 kids I'm taking care of. We've adopted some. And so I contacted Shannon because I'd been watching her for a few years, and she got me into the 21-Day Fix Challenge Pack. And my first month using it was with the Biggest Slim Down contest, and I lost 17 pounds. And the Biggest Slim Down contest just helped me share my story, and I just started getting all of this attention. And everybody started telling me how I was inspiring them, and I was just like, I'm just losing some weight, you know. So anyway, I did some free challenges, and so I was able to just start the process because I was starting to get that attention because I was sharing my story. And anyway, so I was able to hit Success Club my first 3 months in a row and get the Success Club starter and get a free ticket to Nashville next year. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, so I have 5 emeralds under me, like Shannon said. I've been very blessed with signing up people who are motivated and want to build this. So I have a slideshow that I'm going to share with you guys now, and we're going to go over some tips. So you can see that, right? I have 3 things to help motivate your team. Just kidding, it turned into 5 while I was writing it. So anyway, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, so sign up everyone with a challenge pack as a discount coach. So this is what I say when I sign people up. I say, at the end of the call, when they're about ready to sign up, I say, oh, just so you know, there's 2 ways to sign up. The first way is you can sign up as a regular customer. And the second way is a discount coach. And then I kind of explain the difference. And how I explain that is in the additional months, you know, the Shakeology is retail this price, or, you know, discount coach this price. So I say it actually costs $40 to sign up as a discount coach, but when you buy the challenge pack, they waive that fee, so it's free. So I pretty much just tell everyone to sign up as a discount coach, and everybody's just going, okay. So we just sign them up as a discount coach, and then we move on. Let's see, my next tip is don't be pushy. I just talked to my sister yesterday, and she has no interest in building, you know, the business. And she was talking to her sister-in-law the other day, and her sister-in-law is signed up under another person. And I guess that person is really pushing her. Like her sister-in-law has no desire to build the business either. But her coach keeps going, sell, 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 sell. And my sister told me that she was shocked that this person was encouraging her to sell, 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 sell. And she goes, you know what you would have told me? You would have said, share your story. And I was like, you're right. I would have said, share your story. So that's where I kind of start with people. Just encourage them to share their story. That's kind of the first step. Because if they share their story, they're going to get attention. So recognition is a big one. That's the one Shannon always talks about, you know, recognize. When I didn't have anybody to recognize, I was recognizing my challengers. So I would, and I called them my team. I have a coach now, Susan, and she was a challenger, and I just grouped her with my whole team, and I put them on my Facebook page and said, I have an amazing team, and I talked about my team. And little did everybody know that some of them were challengers and not actually on, you know, a coach on my team, but she ended up signing up as a coach, which was pretty exciting. Let's see, communication is a big one. I think we sign people up and we put them in a challenge group, and then we go and try and find more people to sign up. But we need to remember that we have to communicate with our current coaches, and we need to keep them still accountable. We need to keep pushing them and helping them and being available for them. They need to feel comfortable to talk to us. Let's see, help them get results and keep it simple. And that's actually what our whole, we're making some changes, and that's what it's all about, keeping it simple and helping them get results and sharing those results. But it's hard for people to be put in to a lot of groups and to be pushed to meet new people and pushed out of their comfort zone. So you got to kind of push them a little at a time, like one comfort zone thing at a time. And so if we keep it simple, have them share their story, that's really uncomfortable for a lot of people at first, but they get used to it, and then they can be pushed maybe to introduce somebody into the business. So the golden rule, treat others as you would like to be treated. My husband and I worked with several youth. We worked with a lot of delinquent teenagers. And we would always say the golden rule is nice, but you should do the platinum rule, which is treat others how they want to be treated. And you might be thinking, well, how do I know how they want to be treated? Well, you ask them. So that is what the first phone call or the first connections you have with them is. You're asking them questions. You're asking them about what you know, how they're motivated, how they want to connect with you, and then you know how they want to be treated. So the next thing we're going to talk about is a health and fitness community. And I just barely discovered this a few months ago. I saw Shannon's and I was like, I got to be a part of that. So I got a part of it, and then I was like, I got to create one of these. So I did, and I actually have a lot more success with my health and fitness community than I do with my like page. So we're going to talk about how to create one and how to run one. So first you create the group, and you have to add a member. So you want to pick someone who is already on your team to be in your group when you create it. And then I do mine as a closed group so that people can see it and they can request to join, because I want them to want to join so that I can talk to them about how to. So you'll want to create a banner would be your next step so that you have a very professional look in your group. And you can do that on Canva or PicMonkey. And then you'll upload the photo in the group. You will add a description and an icon. And then you will add your members. And let's talk about that for a minute, because you don't want to just add anybody. This is like, this little face thing's in the way. I don't know where to put it. Oh, that works. Okay. So when you add members, you want to make sure that they are your customers. You're not going to just add anybody to the group. So when someone approaches you about the group, you will give them instruction on how to become your customer. Now, they don't have to actually buy something from you. They can become a free customer. And so what I do is, like, when I ask somebody if they want to do a challenge and they aren't ready, or for some reason they can't do it, or they don't want to right then, I will introduce my health and fitness community. Do you want to join my health and fitness community? And they usually say yes. Oh, and I tell them what is so exciting about it. You know, I run fun challenges in there, and then they usually say yes, and then I give them the instructions, and I think I have those on here. Let's see what the next page is. Sorry, I'm just muting some lines really quick. Okay, so, oh, that's not my next page. So we'll get there in a second. So my next slide is talking about introducing your members. So after you add your members, you will want to introduce them and make it a big deal. So you will recognize them. You'll talk about them, anything you know about them. If they are a mom, or if they've ordered anything, or if they're trying your on-demand or something, you'll kind of talk about that. Or if they've done a free challenge, you'll say, they just finished my free challenge and they really wanted to continue with their health and fitness journey, and they're excited to be in this group. So just talk about them a little bit. When you use their picture, you'll probably want to use their current Facebook profile picture, and you might want to ask them if that's okay with them to use their picture. So, oh, this is my my instructions on how to add people. So you don't want to just add anybody. You will send them a message like this. So I just talk about my health and fitness community and how they have to create a free Beachbody account. And then I say, but there's another way to join. You can get a free club membership. And I kind of talk about that for a second. A lot of times when people ask me about that, I just tell them it's kind of like Netflix for workout videos, and they get that. Oh, okay. And I tell them there's some meal plans on there and stuff. And then I reassure them that there's no obligation to pay. Sometimes I tell them, even if they forget to cancel, they can still get reimbursed the money. And that's pretty much usually the biggest deal that people have with it is, oh, I don't want to forget to cancel. And so I reassure them that there's no problem. They can still get refunded the money. And so obviously I'm encouraging them to do their free trial. I usually push that one more as far as I talk more about it as far as the advantages of that one, but I do give them the free option too. You can get these codes right here for them to join on coachingcodes.com. And when I made these slides, I kind of had some assumption that you guys knew a little bit about some of this already, but if you have any questions, you can ask your coach, or at the end of the call, we'll have time for questions. So you want to introduce fun challenges in your group. So like last month I did a workout challenge, and this month I'm doing a water challenge, and that's kind of what Shannon did. She did a water challenge last month and a workout challenge the month before. And you can have a little prize for whoever, posts the most, or like Shannon has people vote for the winner. So that's kind of a fun way to do it. But that encourages people to want to participate. In fact, I created my health and fitness community, and my challengers were participating more in my health and fitness community than they were in my challenge group. And it's because they were just seeing all of the things people were posting. They were just encouraged, I think, by the fun challenge and the prize. And so it just ended up being more fun for them and more interesting. So you want to involve the community. This is a post of Shannon saying, vote now. She's involving everybody. She's saying, tell us who you want to win. And I loved that post because she's involving everybody. And make sure you're answering people. You can always post something and just leave it. But it's a lot more effective if you're responding to people. And so I wanted to put one of Shannon's because she responds to everything. So she gets a lot more results that way because people know that she cares. So you also want to give great health and fitness tips. This is another one of Shannon's great posts. And she just was like, you need to do a meal plan this week. And she's giving people tips, even though they're not in her challenge group. And these little tastes of these tips that she's doing is making people want to participate in her her paid challenge. We also advertise our paid challenge in our health and fitness community. That's probably one of the biggest advantages of having your health and fitness community is that I used to do the run and water and walking challenges, and then I would lose everybody that didn't sign up. And now I'm offering everybody to join my health and fitness community. And so it's growing really fast. I'm trying to add people on almost a daily basis. And it just helps you to not lose people. And then they'll see your posts because every time you post in the group, it actually shows up on their notification. So, for example, if you're going in Facebook and you're liking and commenting on people's posts, then they're going to see your posts more often. But if you have someone who's in a water and walking challenge 5 months ago, they're probably not seeing your posts anymore if you're not interacting with them. So this great community is a great way to still get to those people or reach those people that you're not currently working with, but they're still seeing your posts. Don't forget to post videos. Shannon posts videos all the time on hers, and I love them. And they just attract my attention, and I'll sit and watch them. And it's just kind of funny because I don't necessarily, I get all of that information in our challenge groups. I don't necessarily need that. But videos attract a lot of attention. And, in your health and fitness community or on your Facebook page, on your like page, try and post videos because you're going to get a better response that way. So I went really fast. I like to talk really fast. So anyway, I was just wondering, though, if anyone had any questions really quick. And then if we don't, then we can talk about a little bit more in depth about what I just talked about. So anyone have any questions? You can raise your hand or type in the comments box.
I'll ask some questions.
Okay.
So, awesome presentation, first of all. I loved it. Loved the slides and the info. It was awesome. So yeah, I guess just some questions as far as like when you're adding people to your community, how often Are you checking in with them? And do you ever do like an overhaul, like kind of take people out, make sure it's kind of fresh? Like if you could give us some comments on that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Shannon. So, great questions. I have only been doing my health and fitness community for a few months, so I only have like 35 people in there right now. But if it got up probably around, I would say around 90 or 100, I probably would want to look through it and weed out some of the people in there just to make sure it's fresh. So that's something that I haven't had to do yet, but I'm assuming that I will when it gets too big. I'm trying to remember what your other question was, though.
Oh, how often do you, sorry, I should have asked too and taken a break in between.
No, you're fine. I should have written it down.
So how often do you connect with the people in your community?
Oh, right. Okay, so how often I can connect with the people in my community is, first of all, I put people who bought something from me as priority. So if they bought a workout program, but they didn't buy Shakeology, they go in my health and fitness community instead of in a paid challenge. But I still want to check in with them because I'm still their coach. So I make sure that I try and check in weekly with them, like on weigh-in day is when I do that. And then I pick out probably 5 to 10 people right now out of my community who are participating a lot. So I'll watch the participation, and I will I'll message them the same like I do my other ones that did buy something from me. And then if they're not really responding, I'll find other people. And then I go through every once in a while and I'll look at who's not participating very much that I think they could participate. They have potential, and I will contact them every once in a while. Like I might try contacting them once and then see how that goes. So it's based on participation and then also like potential who I think, could possibly want a challenge pack the next month. So yeah, so I probably pick like 10 people a week that I contact.
Great, thanks.
Yeah. Are there any other questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
I'm curious, is this health and fitness group the new method that is more productive than the free challenges that you were talking about?
No, it is not officially the new method. It is actually something like Shannon's been doing this ever since she had basically started. She used to use this a lot for the backbone of her business. It is just something that we're doing to try and keep track of people instead of losing them. So it's not what we were talking about earlier to your specific question of what we're going to be changing. It's not new in the changes that we're doing in the next few months. So.
Well, that's exciting because so that's going to be 2 new things.
Yeah, it's kind of an add-on.
Great.
So.
I have a question.
Okay.
In your health and fitness community, you say you contact those that are, have either bought a workout or Shakeology or both, and they're not in your fitness challenge, and then also those that are, really participating. What do you say when you contact them? And how often do you contact them? Just trying to get ideas too.
Yeah, great question. So, let's see. If people have bought something from me, I try and contact them during the duration of their program on Mondays for weigh-in day. So like if they bought 21 Day Fix, I want to at least contact them for a month. If they bought P90X, one of the P90X programs, that would be a longer duration that I would be contacting them because we want to at least coach them through their initial program. Something that you asked, though, did remind me of something else. When people do buy a challenge pack from us and we put them in a paid challenge and then they stop buying the Shakeology, that would be a perfect place to put them, is in your health and fitness community, to keep track of them. So I contact them weekly, and what I say is the same thing I basically say to my challengers. Hey, it's weigh-in day. Let me know what your progress is. Or actually, I've changed that. I don't say it's weigh-in day so much anymore. I say it's, what do I say, Susan? Oh, I can't remember. It's like, I just say it's time to see your progress, like it's progress day or whatever. And so because where we changed to the size this month, and the fun, like measure yourself or weigh yourself or transformation photos, whatever, however you want to, I actually found a better response in general to that. So I don't say weigh-in day anymore. I just talk about their progress and how they want to track that. So, but that's when I contact them, is on Monday when I'm contacting everybody else. And I just say the same thing. So sometimes I'll contact them, and a week or two later, or even 3 weeks later, I'll contact them again and be like, it's weigh-in day or whatever. And I just said, I don't say that anymore. But they don't even notice that I didn't contact them the last 2 weeks, you know?
Yeah.
So it's totally fine.
Okay. Yeah, that gives me an idea. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, is there any other questions?
Can I ask one more thing?
Definitely.
I was very interested that you mentioned that you wouldn't push people to sell, but you would encourage them to tell their stories.
Mm-hmm.
I started telling my story almost from the very beginning without having coaching in mind at all. And it's a little hard for me to think with people who wouldn't want to share that story. You say, though, that people are hesitant to talk about themselves or share their, so could you give maybe some ideas to somebody who, to me, that's not, real for me to, how would I tell my people that I want to become coaches? Is there a simple, easy way to ease into that?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for asking that, Susan. So what Shannon always says is you want to post at the beginning of your program and let people know what you're doing and ask them for their encouragement. And so that's a great way to start. I have found that a lot of people have a really hard time with that. And so I'll tell people to do that. And if they don't feel comfortable doing that, I'll say, just post a healthy choice each day. So we'll start with just a healthy choice, kind of like the idea of the Biggest Slim Down contest. And I think I use that because that's how I started, was with the Biggest Slim Down contest. So like, you could talk about, and I give them ideas, you could talk about your water, you could talk about your, walking. Like if you walked that day, it doesn't even have to be Beachbody related at first. And you kind of gauge where they're comfortable. So, and you can ask them, are you comfortable talking about your workout? Are you comfortable talking about the Shakeology? If they're like, no, not right now, then say, okay, talk about a healthy choice. So you can kind of simplify it for them. So like this week, I'm talking about, I'm trying to drink 100 ounces of water. And I just presented that, like, I'm trying to drink 100 ounces of water a day. Who's in with me? And, and they don't even have to go that far. They can just say, I'm trying to drink 100 ounces of water each day. And I'm really excited about this. And that's all they have to say at first, or they could say, I just walked for 30 minutes today, and that's it. Like something just really simple to get them used to posting. I think that the hardest part with the posting is that most of the people that we sign up are very insecure about posting about themselves. They've all been posting about their kids for so long, or their job or whatever, and they are not used to taking pictures of themselves, let alone post them on Facebook in front of everybody. So you have to find things maybe at first that don't directly relate to them, like just drinking the water and taking a picture of their water glass or something. So that's what I would suggest.
Thank you. Really good advice. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Susan.
Another good thing that you could suggest that they post is a quote that's inspired them, a motivational quote, just have them, because, like you guys probably do it too, just Google, motivational fitness quotes or something, and then something kind of hits you. So that's something that they could share with others, and that inspires people too on their Facebook page. So.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Melissa. I didn't even think of that, but I did use motivational quotes a lot at first when I first started my transformation. And you brought up another idea in my head. They can post recipes. I posted like family or like kid, what did I post? Like kid games or whatever. I'd go to Pinterest and look up kid games, and that would get me a lot of attention, even though it didn't really have anything to do with what I was doing necessarily. They can post recipes. Did I say recipes? I think I said recipes, yeah. So, but yeah, like things that don't, I was gonna say information. Like this is what water can do for you, or, just talking about like an ingredient like chia seeds and how it can help you, and just giving them some value as far as, information like that. So that's a great idea. Things that aren't related to them at first is very easy for them to post. So any other questions or input? Looks like we almost have our time up, about a few more minutes.
I wanted to jump in and just give a little history of the community real quick.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, cool. Because I've gotten a lot of questions on this. When we first started our team, we did communities. We taught communities, and then we shortened it to the 7-day. I kind of go back and forth. I've always had my community. It has been my backbone. I make it a goal. I used to make it a goal to add like 1 to 3 people a day into that group, and always adding and meeting new people. And that's how I would really get to know people. Is I would just, always be meeting new people, adding new people, getting to know them. And then from there, I would invite those people to the Beachbody challenges or coaching. So it works really well. The problems that we have seen, the reason why we haven't continued with the training, and like I say, like it is awesome if you can get it to work. The problems are a lot of coaches didn't add new people to the group. So that's a problem. They would add maybe 30 and then just focus on those 30 for like a year. And then, they would never get any new people. The other thing is if you're like with my groups, I'll keep it open for like 6 months. And then I'll say, I'm closing it out. Who wants to stay in it? And then I'll open up another one in a week. So I'll say it's closing, and then I'm opening it up in another week. Like I say 6 or 8 months, and I'll just kind of clear it out and just refresh. So that kind of really helps to refresh. Doing the monthly challenges helps a lot. I check in with people like maybe once a month, and once it gets to like 100 people, if people haven't written me back like 2 or 3 times, then I'll just take them out of the group. They're still my Facebook friend. But communities are awesome. Like some of our really good beginning coaches came from that. Because you can catch a lot of momentum, and like Nicole says, a lot of people don't see your Facebook posts, but they'll see your community posts. And so the biggest thing also is tons of recognition, building a community by helping everyone get to know each other. So I'll do like where in the world are you from? I mean, we have like 2 people out of the country, but I'll just say like, where in the world are you from? Connecting people. I've done like workout buddies. Who wants a workout buddy? Let's get to know each other and do workout buddies for the month. But just the connection, and then like when I check in with people for weigh-in day or progression day or whatever you'd like to call it, then I recognize those people. Like I don't do it. I'm not as good as I used to be. My community was like booming like 2 years ago. But really recognizing people and showing, I show people what people are doing in our other challenges. Like this person's in our whatever challenge right now, look at their results. And, then people are like, oh, I want to join your other challenge. Like, how do I get in the other challenge? And So anyway, those are just some tips, but I think it's awesome. Like I say, you just have to be really careful about not letting it go stagnant and spending so much time on that and not really expanding your network. So that's the biggest thing. But I think it is great. And some people, you know, after the 7-day challenge, they're not ready to move to the Beachbody challenge. So I say, you know, sometimes it's 30 to 60 days before someone moves on, if they're going to move on to something, and it's a great place to put them if they're not quite ready. So
Great. Thank you for your input, Shannon.
Sure.
I was going to go over something else, and we have a minute or so left. So I wanted to say this before I forget. A lot of, when I was telling my coaches about it, they were like, well, what do you post in it? And so I found what I post in mine is at least once or twice a week, I try and make a really awesome educational post or video or something to enlighten them or educate them. And then if I don't really have a lot of time to do very many of those throughout the week, I'll just post, like in my challenge group, I do a post in there, and then I'll do a post under that post. So like kind of a recap post. And that's what I post in my health and fitness community. And actually I take that same post and I post it in my health and fitness community and my like page. And I post it as my recap on my challenge group, so that I'm just able to streamline it a little, so I'm not doing a lot of work on each post. So I notice so like we were doing a workout challenge last month in my health and fitness community. So pretty much all of my recaps in my health and fitness, or in my challenge group, were about my workout mostly, because that's what I was wanting to focus on for my health and fitness community. So you can kind of streamline it a little bit like that. Just make it a nice post, put a nice picture, you know, write a nice little blurb, and then you can put it on your like page and your health and fitness community, and it can be your recap in your challenge group. So that's kind of a way to streamline it. But I wouldn't suggest doing that all the time. You want to create some videos, you want to create some value to the group and some education. So I make sure to post the education or videos or something at least twice a week, if you can. So great. Well, it looks like we're up. The time is up, and I loved having the time to go over that with all of you guys. That was really fun. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Shannon?
It was awesome. I think you did an amazing job. I loved your presentation, and you're amazing, Nicole. So thank you so much for taking time to do that. It was awesome.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Sure. Well, have a great night, everyone. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks again.
Bye.